Today we're talking to Michael. He came on one of my live boot camps. This one was in New York. And if you're curious on what happens on a live workshop, how much transformation can happen within 3 days, then keep watching.
Yeah, and like I fully trusted you guys. I said, okay, I was like, okay, let's see if this works. And I'd go up and say it, and just the way they respond, it like shocked me at first, but I was like, okay, let's just keep going with it. Just like it's working.
Hi, I just wanted to say I think you look amazing.
So I'd rather go for what I actually want and, get rejected along the way than just settle for something I know is less than what I'm capable of. And you guys helped bring that more out of me. And now when I go throughout my day to day, I have that mindset, and that helps me feel more fulfilled at the end of the day instead of thinking I'm just settling.
I'm Michael, I'm 30, and I'm a fitness professional. I chose to come here today because I've been wanting to continue to develop myself. I discovered Alex. I was really inspired by that, and I've been wanting to come here. I finally had the opportunity to do it this year, so it's really a dream come true.
Hey, Michael. Nice to see you.
Hey.
How are you
Good
doing?
to see you.
Thanks for making the time. I just want to chat with you a little bit about your experience, obviously on the New York workshop that you just finished. So the 3-day life boot camp.
Yeah, so I've done about 50 approaches in my life, so I still have a lot that I want to do and get better at, and I thought this is my next step to make that a reality. The goal that I want to achieve is to double the approaches I've done in my entire life and go on at least 5 Insta dates.
Okay, that's interesting. So what does that mean, working on it? What have you tried and what have you failed with before doing something else?
And all those new experiences really helped me get to that next level that I felt like I'd been trying to get to, but just wasn't able to break through on my own.
What was the breakthrough? Like you said, certain things you couldn't do on your own. Do you have a memory of a specific example that happened on the workshop where you're like, wow, I didn't think that's possible?
Yeah, so just the first day I was there, just starting out, going and approaching, and not having or just getting so many rejections over and over again. But then all of a sudden having someone that was really attractive, not rejecting me. And it just seemed like the problem I had before was thinking, oh, they'll all reject me. There's no point. What's the point? And it just made me realize that, just after approaching enough people, you just find somebody that fits with you and their situation, what they're looking for. And that was really encouraging for me and really inspiring, because before that, I didn't think something like that was possible. And it just broadened my perspective and my ideas of just what's possible. And knowing that if you face your fear of getting through the approaches and the rejections, then eventually you're going to find something that's looking for you too. It's just, you got to get through that barrier of, the fear of, just getting through that initial barrier.
Right. Okay. That's awesome. How was that for you, meeting somebody completely, a complete stranger, and then having a certain connection with them right away?
I knew that was possible. I'd done it before, but just the fact that it was in that setting and from approaching, I'd never done that before. So that was just really encouraging. And it made me not feel as alone and lonely in the world of so many people, knowing that there's other people out there that are also looking for connections as well. And when you find those people, it's really magical moment.
What was the hardest part of the workshop, and what surprised you? I'm also curious on that flip side.
Yeah, there were just times where I, as much as I studied, as much as I knew, going up and approaching, there were just times where I had no idea what to say or what to do, just because I was so nervous, I was so afraid. So just trying to stay in those moments, trying to stay in that fear and not run away, was one of the hardest things. But over putting through the repetitions, it got easier and easier. And just knowing you guys were there as well just gave me reassurance that no matter what happened, I was going to be okay, and it was a learning process. I was going to get to that next level of growth no matter what happened, if I just stepped up and faced that fear.
Right. Well, that's a good kind of segue, because you said we were here, on this workshop. We were 6 guys, 3 coaches like me and Liam and John, supporting you, and you know, you got a little bit of all of us throughout the workshop as we rotate every day. Tell me a bit about the coaching, like the team, the coaching style. How did you perceive that, the way we take you guys through that experience?
Yeah, so Liam did a really good job of helping me just make corrections with just my body language. He noticed that I was like tilting my head a lot when I was talking, and we just like lift my head up and, you know, speak more slowly. So that was really helpful. And then your coaching was really nice as well, because I felt like for you it was really calm. It helped calm me down because I was really nervous, really high energy, and I needed to like tone things down a little bit. And you know, throughout like coaching with you, I was able to calm down more. And towards the end of like our session, when I was like making an approach, like it went really well because I was able to make like small adjustments that you gave me, which was really good. And then with John, he was really funny and had a good time with him. He was just giving me, so he was telling me specific things to say that I was like, I never would have said like by myself. And like I'd go up and say it to people, and I was like, there's no way this would work. And it actually would work. And it was just like crazy how that panned out. And so, yeah, you guys each had a different style, but each of your styles like worked really well, with me working on different parts of myself that I, one, didn't know I needed to work on, and 2, realized that it was really beneficial to work on.
Awesome. Yeah, John is funny. So that was definitely a thing that surprised you, like certain lines that you could tell women where you're like, no way they're gonna respond to that, and they did.
Yeah, and like I fully trusted you guys. I said, okay, I was like, okay, let's see if this works. And I'd go up and say it, and just the way they respond, it like shocked me at first, but I was like, okay, let's just keep going with it. Just like it's working.
Yeah. What about the big surprises during the workshop? It could be on a spiritual way, it could be how women are, like any it could be positive, negative, any other surprising things that came up during these 3 days for you, or other shifts maybe for you internally.
Yeah, there were just times where I just thought there's no way that this woman would want me or want to exchange Instagram or talk more or anything. And like, I'd still go for it, still ask for it, because I had that goal to like ask every time. And just the kinds of women that actually accepted me and like wanted me back, just like kind of blew me away in a way, just from me just approaching them and just talking to them for not very long. It just showed that you know, they are open to like being approached, and they're looking for someone too. Like John told me this really good thing. He said like, there's a lot of women out there that would love to date you, but you have to do your job like as a man, like do your part. And it's really like opened my eyes to just like what like the part of the man in the doing their job and doing the approach and leading and those things that I always needed to work on, but I was never taught that growing up. So it's just like it was like a next step for me, like in my manhood, to like become a man. It was like an initiation in a way. Like they say like with the men who like go through initiations, like as they grow up to become a man, like we don't have that a lot. And for me, that was like for me in a way.
Wow, that's really powerful, right? It's like a pivotal point for you in your life then. So did it feel that way? Like what shifts were you making after the workshop? Do you feel different in your day to day? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I just feel so much more just like confident and abundant, just like going out, knowing that like with the kinds of women that like have accepted me before, that I have like so much more confidence going up and talking to and approaching just the women that I actually want to. And like I have that mindset of going for what I actually want and not settling, and being okay with myself going for what I want, if I get it or not. It's like doing my part is going for what I want, and settling for anything less than what I want is not living to my full potential. So I'd rather go for what I actually want and, you know, get rejected along the way than just settle for something I know is less than what I'm capable of. And you guys helped bring that more out of me. And now when I go throughout my day to day, I have that mindset. that helps me feel more fulfilled at the end of the day instead of thinking I'm just settling.
Wow, I love how you said that. That's fucking powerful. I love it. Awesome. Okay, would you recommend this to people, and like, who do you think this type of workshop is for? What people should jump on this opportunity?
Yeah, I think this workshop is for a lot of men out there actually, but I just think a very like few amount of men actually have the courage and ability to like take that step and go to the workshop. Because I think just in the world today in general, there's so many men without like good masculine leadership or like father figures, and they're just not taught how to do this stuff. So it's such a large portion of men out there that could benefit so largely from something like this. But again, so few pull the trigger. And if every man in the world did something like this, I think the world would be a better place.
It would be. So what do you tell someone who is scared? Because it takes courage. It's definitely not for everyone, right? It's an investment. A lot of people like on the edge, they've been watching for a long time. What do you tell a guy like that?
It's just basically like comes down to this. Like if you don't like do anything that's going to largely get you out of your comfort zone, like this workshop, you're going to stay in the same life you are in, and you're likely dissatisfied with that life you're in, especially with your dating life. And if you don't like take the leap and do something like this, you're just going to stay stuck where you are. So like if you have the opportunity and you have no excuses, it's time to pull the trigger. And you got to distinguish if you're making an excuse or if you actually have a legitimate reason why you can't go. And if it's an excuse and not a reason, then by golly, just go.
Love it. Awesome. Okay, that was really interesting and insightful for me. Like kind of final question, because there's a lot of guys, like pickup guys out there, dating coaches, whatever you call them. Like, what made you trust us? Why do you think me and my team is different than the other guys out there?
I just think that you guys don't like have like this gimmick approach or gamey approach about just like follow this certain amount of steps and then you're gonna succeed every time. It's like, no, you guys say it how it is. It's like you gotta face that fear to get to the other side. Like that takes practice, that takes repetitions, that takes courage. And you don't have to show up as anyone else other than who you really are. And those who are for that will accept that. And those who aren't, you don't want them in your life anyway. And that's like authentic life and an honest life. And you guys represent that like largely. And that's what really pulled me into you guys.
I love it. Beautifully said. What did you learn? Like, final question. What did you learn about yourself during this entire process?
I learned that I'm capable so much more than just I think I am, just like even before the workshop, and that just like broadened my mind and my perspective of just like what I'm capable of, not only in my dating life and approaching, but just like every other aspect of my life as well. It just like ripples over everything. So it's a seed that I think was planted that is going to like help me for the rest of my life. And like every time I feel like I'm facing a fear or barrier, like moving forward, I'm going to come back to this workshop and remember that I overcame this and I can overcome whatever else is in front of me. I
love it, Michael. Thank you so much. That's very inspiring. And thanks for, sticking to it. Like you put this on the map for yourself for a long time, and you followed through. You saved up and you found the right opportunity to come. And it was a pleasure doing this workshop with you.
Yeah, it was great to be there. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Awesome. Any final thing you want to say?
Just that, yeah, I'm grateful for all the help you guys gave me, and I'm going to keep using that to help myself and help as many people as I can in the world. That's it.
Awesome. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Sending love from here in Europe over to the US.
Thanks.
If this inspires you and you want to take real action, then click below and apply for an initial consultation call, which is absolutely free. We just assess your situation and see if it's a potential fit. And if it is, we can talk about coaching options. Thanks again for Michael for doing this. And to all you guys, see you in the next video.